There is a miracle, a kind of a superpower that is at the heart of every one of these great stories you've heard today. It is the same superpower that is at the heart of most extraordinary human achievements over the short history of our species. And that is the power of persuasion. For the purpose of this conversation, I'll describe persuasion as the telling of a story about something that does not exist yet, but telling the story so well that it mobilizes the people and the resources to bring that story to life, to bring it into existence. A colleague of mine at Tyme put it beautifully. Tori Karan said, "We speak this business into existence." So when we started Tyme, we told a pretty cheeky story, I'd say one that was on the ambitious end of the spectrum of stories. We said that we were going to build a multi-country digital bank that would bring financial products and services to the poorest consumers and the smallest businesses in emerging markets. To do that, we would build a business an order of magnitude more cost-effective than the competition. We would do it in order to make it an order of magnitude more cost-effective. We would never touch paper in the business. We would never touch cash. We would never have any servers in the basement, and yet we would build a business with the best customer experience in the market. And initially, this was quite a persuasive story. We convinced hundreds of people to put their careers on the line to make this story real. We convinced our shareholders to invest hundreds of millions of dollars. But about a year after launch, COVID hit. Our home market, South Africa, went into deep lockdown. Our shareholders started running out of capital, and no one was interested in even having a conversation about funding a business in South Africa. And we were in the depths of our J-curve. I woke up one night and found myself utterly unpersuaded that what we set out to do could be done. I didn't know whether it could be done, and if it could be done, I didn't know that we were the guys to do it. And so that night of the crisis, dark night of the soul, set me on a journey to try and figure out what attitudes in me, what behaviors, what mindset would help me maintain conviction, the conviction it needs to continue to be persuasive in the face of uncertainty and complexity. And what I've learned so far is that the key to success in maintaining this conviction of this persuasiveness is to accommodate within myself that complexity, to learn to hold the contradictory thoughts if you want to practice the yin and yang of entrepreneurship. And I will express that in a set of contradictions, in a set of pairs of opposing ideas. And the first one is, be the boxer and the bookmaker. I love watching speeches and trash talk of boxers before they go into the ring. That utter conviction that they have, that they will win, that they are the best, and that nothing will ever get the better of them. But then I believe the entrepreneur also has to carry his inner bookmaker, the part of you that hedges the bets, that analyzes the odds, because it is the only way you can see the knockout blow coming, and you can avoid it. The second pair of contradictions for me is be the sculptor and the dancer. Do not get into this business if you are not willing to shape the universe to your will. if you do not believe you've got agency and you can change the world. But at the same time, the universe will not be bullied into submission. The universe will teach you if you try to do that. And this is where I like the archetype of the dancer. Because what the dancer does, it follows the instruction of the choreographer, of the universe, and it makes it your own. And it's only by responding that we can be truly flexible. I would say the best ideas in the business, I did not have imagination when I started the business to bring them to light. Those are the lessons that the choreographer, the universe, have taught me. And then the last set of contradictory ideas that I want to share is be the prophet and also be the cynic. The cynic knows that we do not know. That every time we think we can predict the future, that in itself is an illusion. After the last 3 years of my life, I will never say these words again, the words, it can't get any worse like this than this. Apparently it can. But I can also say that often the universe has also surprised me on the upside, that things have often gotten better in ways that I could not predict. But in this life of uncertainty, of complexity, how do we maintain our balance? And for me, that antidote to uncertainty is clarity. And clarity about the two big questions: who are we and what are we doing here? Because that's the story that we can tell our teams, our investors, without ever getting tired. Because that's the story that does not change even in the face of all this uncertainty. And so holding these complexities within me, tolerating this ambiguity, has helped me. Firstly, it has helped me be more compassionate with people who are at a different point at the cycle than me. People who are uncertain, who are scared, who are afraid, or who see things differently, who sees risk that I cannot see. And to have conversations with those people without resisting their reality. The second thing it's done for me, it has helped me think less about, worry less about what might come tomorrow, and spend more time in the present moment. To paraphrase Eckhart Tolle, he said, greatness is not the result of grand ideas. It is the result of the quality of attention we give to every minute. So as I stand here, I don't know what the end of the story is going to be. Who of us will be the heroes? Who will be the villains? Who will be the winners? Who will be the losers? And frankly, those themselves are only just stories that get told to a next generation. But what I do know is that it's an amazing privilege to be part of this grand human project of telling stories and willing them to life. And my wish for you, my encouragement to you is simply this: enjoy the dance. Thank you.